Hi, dear viewers. Something interesting has come up in the recent days. Gaming is now an illness, apparently. The World Health Organization added gaming disorder to the newest revision of International Classification of Diseases. At least now we know why we are all effed in the brains, I guess. So here's the official description. Gaming disorder is characterized by a pattern of persistent and recurrent gaming behavior, digital gaming or video gaming, which may be online, i.e. over the internet, very nice of them to clarify that, or offline, manifested by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other life interests and daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite of the occurrence of negative consequences. The behavior pattern is of sufficient severity to result in significant impairment in personal, family, social, educational, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. And then the pattern of gaming behavior may be continuous or episodic and recurrent. This is the part that actually bothers me a little bit, among many other things, actually. But the continuous or episodic and recurrent part is rather important, I think. In my personal experience, for example, it seems to be a very crucial major difference. If it goes for months on end, then it is a different problem than a few gaming marathons done over the course of a few months. For most of my life, now I'm sharing, alright? For most of my life, I had my gaming periods and my reading periods, and I can tell you both of these things can be done excessively to the exclusion of other crucial life activities. So should it really be classified as a separate disorder? If it may as well be just a symptom or a coping mechanism for some deeper and more severe problem. And look, a bit of Google search showed me this article published in September 2017 as part of the debate leading to the inclusion of gaming disorder to ICD-11. I don't know at the moment if all these concerns expressed here in the article were actually addressed since then, but I find it unlikely, especially the point about the overall quality of research. That would probably need years of hard scholarly work if the concern was actually valid. But there's more. Look, they had the same problem I had when first hearing about it. I feel very, very smart now. So here is how it goes. There is no consensus on the symptomatology and assessment of problematic gaming. Claims regarding symptoms or predictors of problematic gaming are often based on flawed interpretations of survey data, flawed application of statistical analysis, and an over-reliance on psychometric evaluations where patient interviews are necessary to distinguish clinically significant signs and symptoms from normative behavior. This is especially relevant since a few studies involving actual patients reveal high comorbidity between gaming behavior and other disorders. In other words, it has not been convincingly demonstrated that problematic gaming is not better viewed as a coping mechanism associated with underlying problems of a different nature. Misclassifying such problems as gaming disorder could lead to worse treatment outcomes for patients. You see, that's what I said. I don't know all the fancy words like comorbidity, but that's basically what I meant. So whatever progress they made since the debate emerged, it is a rather difficult, problematic classification. The problem of excessive gaming can easily be attributed to other disorders and, well, luckily, I guess, WHO itself excludes bipolar disorder from diagnosing the gaming disorder, which means, at least for the bipolar people, excessive gaming is just a symptom of a broader problem. Well, hooray, I guess. Another thing Also mentioned by the article is the issue of moral panic around gaming. That just keeps re-emerging since forever. Back in the 90s there was all the talking about brutality in video games, and there's actually quite a lot of talking about that even now. And now we have the rating system for them. But that never stopped the fear-mongering. A year ago, the White House YouTube channel uploaded the famous, or infamous actually, violence in video games clip. That's a really old trope, just a few years younger than I am.
And I think it's time to draw the line. I know that one place parents want us to draw the line is with violence in video games.
The video games, the movies, the internet stuff is so violent. It's so incredible. I see it. I get to see things that you'd be amazed at. I have a very young son who I look at some of the things he's watching and I say, how is that possible?
Video games addiction is almost as old of an issue, as far as I can tell from my extensive experience of pouring ungodly amounts of hours in Skyrim. The main difference between playing video games too much and doing anything else too much is that games tend to make you lose the track of time more easily. It is a problem, I think, with which most properly adult people can cope and can handle it, manage it, and so on and so forth. The WHO themselves estimate that the actual gaming disorder is relevant and should be diagnosed to a very small percentage of players, something, well, 1.5% or 2% of gamers. But will this remark be enough to stop lazy diagnosing and moral outrage diagnosing? Well, I guess time will tell. I am a little bit of a bitter prick, so my guess is it won't stop anything, and we are in a ride for overdiagnosed gaming disorder, just as some people think ADHD and dyslexia are overdiagnosed because the criteria for distinguishing between a lazy child and a child who actually can't learn how to read properly aren't clear enough. But maybe, just maybe over time, the WHO will make the definitions of gaming disorder more clear and robust. Time will tell. What do you think? Do you have a gaming disorder or not? I don't think I have one now, since I spent half a day typing this and recording this instead of playing bloody Skyrim, but you know, maybe I have a YouTube disorder or something. Anywho, share your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, subscribe, and you know what to do. Maybe even join the Discord if you want to tell me something in more private circumstances, like share your your experience with gaming disorder. Anyway, we will see each other again. Bye bye.
The extreme example would be somebody who hasn't gone to school for 2 years, doesn't bathe, barely eats, and only interacts with people online through these games. You know, usually what we see is a decrease or a change in social behavior, a change in school performance, that they're spending more than, 5 hours a day playing, these video games.
Oh, it's a video game disorder? Haha, that can't be real. Oh, my friend, it is very real. And then you're going to want to carry around the ICD-11 with you for your teachers or your boss at work or your wife or your husband or your parents. Anyone who's riding you for playing video games, you just show them this. You say, and you get a little name tag, maybe, a little name tag. I have a disorder. Gaming. Please speak slowly and leave Mountain Dew.